Today I'll be discussing environmental policy in the United States. Looking at some environmental policies in America. Well, the general organization which controls a lot of the environmental policies or oversees it is the Environmental Protection Agency. Created in 1970, it is the largest independent executive agency in the United States. So as I said, it oversees a lot of these environmental policies, regulations, acts, etc. One of these is the National Environmental Policy Act, created in 1969. It requires environmental impact statements to be provided for projects which are being completed. Environmental impact statement is a statement which discusses all of the impacts to the environment that someone or whoever is constructing or repairing or expanding or whatever project you're working on, you have to include an environmental impact statement. And this includes all the impacts to the environment which will be had. This could range for a lot, and it doesn't matter how big or small the project is. This has to be done all the time, and this will be done when the government looks to do certain types of projects. The main thing with this is even if there is a big environmental impact, environmental groups can't really do much about it. What they can do, though, is sue to make a project not occur if they believe some environmental impact ideas in the statement are either missing, incorrect, or incomplete. And they would do that because most of the time environmental impacts are really unknown and change a lot. So there's a lot of room to where there could be discussions in some projects that the environmental impact that was submitted in the statement is incorrect or it's incomplete and things of that nature. The Clean Air Act of 1970 tasked the Environmental Protection Agency with controlling the air to make it cleaner and better for the people of the United States. The Water Pollution Control Act of 1972 looks to help control waste which is dumped into water from entry point sources. And once that has gone into effect, water has become a lot cleaner, going from about a third of the water in the country to being used for drinking or fishing to 2/3 being clean. The Endangered Species Act of 1973 requires the federal government of the United States to help with protect species which are considered endangered. However, there's something else that's big here, and this relates to toxic waste. It's the Superfund, created in 1980. It is a fund. Well, it was a fund that a lot of chemical companies and other manufacturers of toxic waste or companies that were involved with them had to pay extra money into this in the case of an environmental disaster. Superfunds, all that money for the Superfund would go towards cleanups in places where there were chemicals found and things of that nature. One example is in Love Canal in New York. There's a lot of chemicals found in a former chemical plant there. So a lot of that had to be cleaned out. And as there's not money being paid in the form of fees or taxes into the Superfund, a lot of cleanups as a result of the Superfund have kind of slowed. And one more important thing, global warming. Global warming is a big interest of environmental policy in the United States. And it's basically when a lot of carbon dioxide and such gets trapped in the atmosphere, and it warms the planet. And that is something with a lot of energy, and you can go check out the energy policy video. A lot of the energy sources the United States tries to limit and take more energy sources, which does not make the impact of global warming much larger. And that is one key feature of the environmental policy in the United States as of 2023.